good evening to you. I'm in Amy's bedroom and she's kindly lent me her ring light that she's bought for doing photography, and it's absolutely fantastic, isn't it? Her room's particularly dark, but as you can see, it's lit the room up perfectly. It's got lots of different contraptions that you can add to the lights, lots of filters, lots of way of holding cameras. It's absolutely great. It's even got a remote control, which I'm not using today, but I'm sure that at some stage, if I'm allowed to use it again, I'll get used to all these fandangle electronic devices that comes with it. And if you're watching and you have a pet you'd love to have photographed, just message me and I'll put you two together, and I'm sure that she'll be accommodating. Anyway, what have I got for you today? I have got Jehovah-Palat, the deliverer. God delivers. Taken today's reading from Psalm 144, verse 2. He is my loving God, my fortress, my stronghold, and my deliverer, my shield in whom I take refuge, who subdues peoples under me. Wow, fantastic. Now my eldest daughter, at one stage, I don't know whether she still wants to be or not, she wants to be a midwife. And if you ask a midwife what's their job, they'll say, we deliver babies. And the birth, it's also known as, we don't birth babies, we'll say we deliver babies. And babies have to be delivered, don't they? They have to be delivered from a place where they can no longer remain into a place where they're meant to be. And the Bible also talks about being delivered. David and Saul, you probably remember, I've talked about them before. David was delivered from Saul's murderous attempts, and also looking back when the Hebrews were enslaved in Egypt, they were delivered out of that situation, and then Moses led them into the promised land, and God delivered them from their enemies, and then he put them into a place of safety. Now sometimes, I don't know whether yourself have been pregnant, but I remember back to my pregnancy, or pregnancies, I had 4 of them, and each of them was very different. But at certain times we sometimes can feel a little bit anxious, apprehensive. We might go through periods where we feel a little bit frightened when we don't feel or the baby moving, and there could be complications. I hope that's not being the case for yourself, but these things happen, and we then come to the point where perhaps we give birth, and the midwife will know and reassure them, because we can get worried and anxious of what if it's your first child, what it may be like. I've often been asked, what is it like? Is it painful? And then I'd have to describe, what it entailed. And sometimes we have reservations, don't we, in sort of like giving them the full graphic details of the whole thing, because we don't want to put them off. But ultimately, at the end, we know that a beautiful baby is going to be born, and all that joy that comes from that perhaps anguish that we've had through the whole 9 months, and then going through the traumatic birth that it could be. But in the end, it's fantastic, newborn, new life. And as a midwife, they would do the same for people going through a pregnancy. They take time, don't they? They have appointments, they give you advice through the pregnancy, and then when birth comes, they reassure you, because they know at the end of the day you're going to have this beautiful bundle of joy to take home. So for all those reasons, let God be the person you put your trust in. Let him be the deliverer from situations that perhaps causes heartache and pain and worry and anxiety. Let him be your deliverer. Like the midwife, she was the expert. She knew what's best. She knew the outcome. So God being the expert, God being the deliverer, let him deliver you from situations that you come across, and let him be the reassurer, because in the end he's in control, he knows you, and it will be great.